Probably the one that was floating. Oh, yeah, just put that on it.
Yeah, press it.
Yep, if it's off, if the light's off, then you're off. Stop. By the way. So I say that here?
Outside the room, no. Hey, I've got I said come in. Yeah, I didn't even stop it. You're like,
Wait, hold on.
I can't do that.
Look at the
I'm trying. I'm trying.
Hey, Alfie.
Yeah.
If you need it.
Oh, great.
Yeah. Well, they're like, I'm over there.
We'll get pictures at the end. I swear. Oh, wow. All right. Where the hell is Stacy at? Stacy Burrell.
What are you doing?
Come on.
What are you even doing over there?
Like, really?
We're on camera. Yeah.
You're so much better than me. Not okay. Well, never mind.
We're fine. Let it go.
I've seen your videos.
Yeah, I need to know because if
She's
not,
okay. We're good. Are you good?
and Jacob, when you get a chance, lean forward a little so that you actually appear on, and then
I'm bigger so much.
and then there's also going to be another video camera in the front, right there, Alfie, right there, and later on they'll be spliced in together. Okay. Any questions?
Nope.
All right, awesome.
Are you ready? You're okay with no restrictions about her verbiage or anything like that, right?
I dropped F-bomb after F-bomb after F-bomb.
We can't count the F-bombs from the podcast. I was going to say yes. Just trying to get you on camera. Oh.
All right, doll facial are good. He moves forward. He knows.
Shadow Man?
Okay, everybody, we're back, and this is our final panel for the day, and it is authors and their models. We have Jacob Wilson with Hillary Storm, and we have Stacy Burrell with Sean Dawson and Lauren Sayer. This is weird. Okay, I have to apologize ahead of time because this is our first time to do this panel stuff, and we're all nervous, are we? Yeah, but it's okay. We're going to answer any questions, so if you guys have any questions coming up here before long, we will be more than happy to try to answer them. But I'll kind of go into a little bit about what it's like for me to have a cover model versus a muse. And I'll go ahead and introduce, well, she's already introduced Jacob, but we've known each other for about a year. And since then, you're going to be on 3 of my covers. And he travels with me to my signings. And he uses me exclusively, or he's on my covers exclusively as of right now. And that's one of the things I kind of require out of him, because if I'm traveling with him and spending the money, you know, I want to make sure I'm getting what it's worth. So I also have cover models that I use simply for the cover model, and it's different. So if you're kind of looking into the different ways of having your models on your covers, that's another way to go. But I'm going to let Stacy kind of talk a little bit about her stuff. She's not wanting to do this. Sure. I'm Hillary Storm, and this is my Muse model, Jacob Wilson.
Okay. All right. I'm Stacy Brell. This is Sean Dawson and Lauren Sayer. I've known Lauren since last year in July. I actually met her through a retreat with Kelly Elliott, and we went to Fredericksburg, and we just kind of hit it off as friends, and yeah, louder. Okay. So, Sean, I actually had gotten his name in January when I had decided I was going to do a book series with baseball, and I have a friend who just so happened to have mentioned his name, and she showed me his picture, and I was like, well, yeah. So that was pretty much the end of that, and I contacted him right away and said, would you be interested in doing a cover? And he said, absolutely. So, and after that, it was just kind of history, and I set up Golden. I set up Golden for both of them from Furious Photography, and that was the end of it. And Sean he's exclusive with me when it comes to traveling. Lauren travels with me sometimes, but he's not exclusive when it comes to other covers at this point. He does have other covers out and others that are coming. So, yeah. Yeah. And Lauren has actually done another cover with Essie Hall, and was that it?
So far, yeah.
So far, yeah, yeah. But she's had some interest. I don't know. Do you guys have any questions at all? Like anything specific, like how we found them, how we work? Oh my gosh. He's not here. He's actually, I don't know if he's out doing shoots right now, but he is in town.
Done the contract and all that with
Mm-hmm.
them. But as far as the exclusivity that you talked about, there was one model that I wanted to work with for 1 year, and that I know that some models will do that, but Sean, you won't be exclusive.
I didn't ask him to be.
If you did ask him to be, I mean, or is it more lucrative for these models to
It's more.
be?
It's more beneficial to Golden for the fact that
Yeah.
apparently I'm marketable for him, because with him I have 5 covers, so that's the only reason I'm not exclusive to her. But like traveling and all that, I'm only going with her.
Okay. Well, that's I mean, that's nice for you, because that was what my thing was, that I wanted him to only go to the companies that I was going to, but have since realized that other popular authors, we just have tax days, and I'm like, I can't do that, you know, it's gotta put the money up and down before that happens.
Yeah.
Just like you were able to touch it.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of authors contact her or try to contact me first while we're traveling to get a shoot done because they know Golden's going to be there.
Yeah.
So that kind of gets under her skin. I know that. But if it came down to being exclusive with her, I would. But it hasn't come up yet.
Well, and to tell you honestly, it's nothing that I would ever require of him. I do like the exclusivity of the traveling, but, you know, as much as, you know, I would love for him to just be solid with just me, at the end of the day, this is business, and it's good for Golden, and it's good for him. I mean, because I can only push him and the other models so far, where, you know, other authors can get a different kind of reach. So that's kind of why I've never had contracts, and I have 5 or 6 models at this point. So yeah. But he's the one that I really, at this point, work with the most. So.
Now, you have Fender out now, and then the next one is
I have Bender out now, and Slider is coming out at the end of September. No, Sean is only on Bender, and I have 3 other models coming up. I've already shot one cover with Chase Patron, and then I have another one that was just shot, and then another one coming in September that is going to be shot as well with Golden. I don't work with any but other photographers either. So Golden is actually fantastic. So, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Hillary, do you want to talk about maybe a little bit of your exclusivity with Jake? I chose to make him exclusive for the very reason that I refuse to spend the thousands of dollars that I have to spend to get him 2 signings and then have 7 other books come to my table. As an author, I'm paying the money to get him there. That's advertisement for me. And the second I start getting, you know, other authors bringing their, other fans bringing the other books to my table, I have then paid for that author publicity because they're going to buy her books and bring them to Jake to sign because he's there. And in a way, it kind of makes Jake special because he isn't on every cover, and it works for us. Works very well for us. Because, you know, pretty much when he's on another cover, I probably won't travel with him just because it's marketing for me. You know, I'm the one forking out the money, and it's thousands of dollars to take him. It really is. Is it worth it? Damn straight. It's really worth it. So, but I kept him exclusive for that reason. I have the other cover models. I have 4 other models, and I don't take them traveling with me because they're not exclusive to me. So, kind of a personal preference. And like I feel if you're going to put out the money, the effort to, I guess it's a team. It's a team. You know, he was never on any covers. He had never done any modeling. I mean, brand new to the industry. We started his Facebook page a year ago. I mean, and we kind of built each other is what has happened. It's been a team. It's totally a partnership for us.
Well, I think I can said that my editor needs to have a book signed by you and Don.
Yeah, yes.
Yeah. And so it's like that. I mean, by you saying we're a team, it doesn't want just the autograph. Right. If they're going to be there, she's getting back and feel it. So, you know, I totally like you are amongst the entourage.
Exactly. And it goes the same with my book sales at a signing like that. I double or triple the books he's on because that's what's going to sell. I mean, it's not even the first in the series in my case. In their case, it is. And usually your people come and buy your first in your series if they're going to buy a paperback. Well, mine, they buy the 3rd one because that's what he's on. So, and, you know, there's multiple other covers coming up soon, and they're dying to get their hands on them. So it's kind of one of those deals. We met through a mutual acquaintance. I was looking for a model, and somebody sent me a picture and said, "Will he work?" And I said, "Fuck yeah, he will." That's exactly what I said. So anyway, and he's so unique. He was perfect for my character. So, and it's kind of more of a muse for my situation, and I think yours is too. I haven't read Bender, but we created our character around their, you know, their physical looks, and it became real to the readers. It's almost like we've written a book about these guys, and it, you know, it helps them. It helps them really. I mean, they want the books because of it. I feel like it. Yeah, it's kind of an unreal thing. So, is there any other questions? You have no idea. His personality is dead on in the book. It's his personality. And I was fortunate enough that we hit it off right away to where I was able to pick up on his personality, and it just works. So, and I pretty much wrote that in. It was real easy to get a hold of his personality and write that. Oh, I'm sorry.
When you're getting ready to write a book, when you're getting ready to write a book, do you look for a model for the first, or do you write the book and then model that?
I have all these characters floating around in my head, and I have an idea of what they look like. And I follow Golden and stalk him, and the second he puts it out there, I'm like, that's him, that's the guy. And it may be 5 books ahead, but I've already nailed down who will be that character. And until I get the look that matches what's in my head. So my guys actually come from the characters the way I've been building them. So I'll let her answer that same exact question.
I kind of do the same thing. I tend to actually, I don't use the same models. Sean is going to be the first one that I ever reuse. I like to pop their cherry, so to speak. I just don't like to use a model that's ever been on another cover before. I like to be there first. And so, you know, and then, because to me, in my mind, there's nothing wrong with reusing a model, or, you know, if you see one out there, say on Golden's page, and you're like, okay, that guy has the look that I'm after, there's nothing wrong with that. In fact, I would push you to do it. I've pushed several author friends to do it. But for me, just the idea that I'm just like, there's so many beautiful people out there that would just die for the opportunity to be on a cover. You never know until you reach out to them and try. And it's kind of fun searching for a new face. But he'll be the first one that I reuse. Yes, like we were at, no, that was in North Carolina. We were in North Carolina. There, we were checking into the hotel. There was the guy who checked us in, and I was just like, never thought of being on a book cover. And so after that, Golden saw him too, and he's like, shoot with me. So we took a few shots of him. So, I mean, it's just that simple sometimes. I mean, in fact, I was in Illinois not too long ago, and I was out with my sister, and the dude who sat us down at Cracker Barrel, I was just like, what is your name, and do you have a Facebook page? So it can be just that simple sometimes. But as far as like me building my characters, and Sean, when I wrote Bender, I was 5 chapters in before I met him. And as I actually started to get to know him, he actually fit how I was already writing Camden. But there were certain tweaks that I made just to make him fit the mold a bit more. But really everything that I wrote in that book, that's him to a T. Like, he even read the book, and he was texting me, and he was like, I'm on this page, and I'm on, he would screenshot it and highlight it, and he's just like, how did you know I've done that before? And I'm like, well, I didn't. Yeah, it was just weird. So it works. Sometimes it just works, but I tend to, I don't know, I'll have, like Hillary, I'll have the character in my head, and I know specifically what I'm looking for, because I know whenever it came to this specific series, I've had a lot of fans, a lot of readers send me pictures, and, you know, whoever's model page, and I'm just kind of like, yeah, I mean, he's really good looking, but I know what I want, and, you know, I'm just really specific when it comes to that stuff.
I'm going to add a little bit to that, because when you find, it's like I have these other book covers, and you have different reasons for using them. When I first started, you know, you maybe pick a model that has a lot of exposure, and that's going to maybe share you more, because some of the models aren't going to share you; they're in it for themselves. So each author will be at a different level, you know. Whereas Stacy and I may be able to be pickier about picking the newbie, the new guy that nobody's ever met, nobody's ever seen. As a new author, you may need that model who is more experienced, has the exposure out there, and will, even if they share you one time, they get you enough exposure on that book. So you know, it depends on where you're at as far as you writing, is what I would suggest. And I have definitely been on the street walking and see a guy, I'm like, hey, you know, you look like so-and-so. And they think you're a freak, and they run from you, and most of them don't. But they're actually surprised and weirded out a little bit by you. But you know, like I have a whole series coming up of guys that you'll have never seen, most of them. And I found them, and I'm not telling anyone who they are, not even Stacy, especially Stacy. And you know, I tell Golden, and we set it up, and then we go from there. So I have different. I also find the new guys. I have Nathaniel, who's brand new, never been on any other covers, and was so excited to get him for the first time. And I also have the guys who have been on 20. Like I have Colin Wayne on mine. So all ranges. It depends on what you're after. So.
How you had said that both of you did that the models sort of became the muse. How typical is that? Does that happen with all your models, or just are they special?
I can tell you for me personally, yeah. I mean, even Lauren. If you were to read Touching Stars with Lauren and Josh McCann on it, I wrote those characters specifically based off of them. I mean, I kind of had a roundabout idea of what I was going to do, but like when I wrote the character, I wrote their looks, their tattoos, certain aspects of her personality, certain aspects of Josh's personality, all into the book. Well, Lauren I knew, but Josh I had just kind of found. When I found him, he had maybe 100 likes on his fan page, and you know, I contacted him, and it just kind of worked out. But I didn't know him at all, and you know, I was just like, "Would you be willing to do this?" And he said, "Yeah, absolutely." You know, and then of course I take care of everything after that. Like I contacted Golden, set up the shoot, I scheduled flights, and you know, everything. As far as I know, I work. I know now not every author works this way, but I feel that it's best for me and for my own brand and business that I've built for myself. It's beneficial and important to me to make sure that I've taken care of every little aspect. Like, he pays for nothing. Sean would pay for nothing. Lauren would pay for nothing whenever we go somewhere. Josh would have never paid for anything. I take care of everything from flights, hotel, food, their time, all of it. I pay for all of it. So, yeah.
Can I ask a question for models? Your models. Sorry. So, what is it like to be on the cover of a book?
It's pretty cool actually. I'm a normal guy. I do service work. I did it for 10 years, and I work for Lowe's. I might come in your house and do some work at your house. I'm a normal guy, and then all of a sudden, 1 year later, I'm on the cover of books. I have an 18-month calendar out, posters, magazines. It is unreal. Honestly, though, without Hillary, I wouldn't have done very much. She has been over backwards for me. Everything from my page to, I was a recluse. I worked out, and I have a lot of tattoos. If you've ever seen any of my pictures, you know that. But I wasn't big into having my picture taken. I didn't want it taken, and she has helped me and pulled me out of my cave, and it's really opened my eyes to what all's out there. It's great. It's one of those things that you see your picture, and I'll be on Facebook, or somebody will take a screenshot and send it to me and be like, I saw you on like tattoo, magazines page and this page and that page, and it's just unreal because 1 year ago, I wasn't on anything. It was just.
Well, as far as a book, book is something that has so many. I mean, I don't know how long it takes to write the book, but so much blood, sweat, editing, all the stuff, and then you get your picture put on that master that you just that's what people dive into. Is it, does being on a book cover differ any way from being like on a calendar, or are you?
For me, the book was the very first thing I was on. It's great. I love to meet fans. Going to the signings is probably the best part for me because I know you see, I'm not a model. I mean, apparently I am. I don't feel like it. I don't act like one. I'm nice to everybody. And when someone comes up and wants to take a picture with me, I feel honored. Like, that is the coolest thing ever. If somebody wants to come and take a picture with me and have me sign a book that I get to be on the cover of, it's just a great feeling. It's just awesome, really. I was really happy to do it, and that is why I'm with Hillary still. I've had offers from other authors, and we get along so well. I'm a smartass. I am very hard to work with. I know that. And Hillary, yeah, she gives it out. I mean, she is a smartass. But we get along really well together. And the funny part is, you come to a signing, most people will stand there. They'll talk to us for a bit, but then they stand there and listen to us bicker back and forth for a good 5-10 minutes, and they just laugh. I think it's hilarious. But to be on the cover of a book is something that, I mean, like on the first cover, Hillary took it and let me stand to where you could see my one tattoo that says "Mom." My mom is an avid reader. To me, to give my mom that book with me on the cover, that was the coolest thing ever. So really, it's an honor. It is really cool.
I'm a huge reader before even doing books, so to be on a cover was probably about the coolest fucking thing ever. Sorry. Okay. Yeah. No, but as a reader, it is really cool to see your face on 2 books. It's really cool when people come up to you at a signing and say, "Oh my God, you know, you're so-and-so from this book. You know, take a picture or sign anything." It is an honor. Like Jake said, I'm a normal person. I'm a secretary at an engineering firm. I don't consider myself a model. It's just strictly for fun, and it is a nerve-wracking thing. I kind of have to drink before I do a photo shoot.
I've seen it.
Yeah. But no, it's a lot of fun. It's an honor as a reader.
Same thing as Jake said. Like, when I was able to give my mom the book, and then she read it, even my nephew read it, which I had to take it the book away. But it's like surreal to have people at signings want to take your picture, have stuff signed. Like, I have my own page, and I like post the pictures from each signing that people like tag me in or send me. I don't know. For me, it's surreal because I started out with competing, and I was told I was too big for a category. Jake still does it. I don't even know how his tattoos are. Go ahead.
Well, I kind of. The tattoos kind of hinder me in that.
Yeah.
I try.
But like, that's where I was trying to go, and then I did a photo shoot, and then everything changed, and then she found me out of nowhere. So I took the opportunity and ran with it, and now I get to go on a cruise with her, which is kind of fun. I never expected that, but it's kind of in awe after being with her for like a year. But I still like get messages of saying how I inspire someone or I changed their life, and still can't believe it. Like, with this whole thing, I was able to leave like my regular job and do this because I'm traveling almost weekly. But I love it.
And do you want to be a secretary?
Do I? Does anyone want to be a secretary? I enjoy it.
Yeah.
I work with a good group of people and friends, but the modeling thing is strictly for fun.
So you wouldn't consider
Oh no. It's not that big for me. At least for the girls in this industry, it's tiny. Yeah. I mean, everyone's after the muscle guy on the cover, which, as a reader, yeah, I'm going to judge your cover, and if there's a hot guy, I'm going to click on it. Now, some of the girls, yes, guys and girls, but yeah, for the chicks in this industry, it's very tiny. So it's an honor if I ever get asked, because generally the guys rule this, being on the covers.
But if you're on the cover with another guy, then you got to be part of that popularity, or is it the reader that wishes that they were scared?
I had one girl actually remove my face from the cover and put her face with Donald Criolla on S.E. Hall's cover, and it was was in her fan page or whatever, and it was actually really funny. But the girls and the women readers have actually been really nice towards me. But it's an honor to do. No, I've never had any hate mail, which is actually a surprise. Yeah, I really did. Yeah, but no, actually everyone has been very, very nice to me. Yeah.
You guys have any other questions?
Where's that mic at? Pass it around if anyone has questions. Anyone have questions at all? No? He's done.
What do you do if you are not out about the finding
Who? All in general?
You want models or authors or what?
She wants everyone.
Well, as a full-time author and mom, that's what, probably the same way. We write. We try to write as fast as we can get these guys on covers. I mean, that's pretty much what my life is.
I build motorcycles, I work out, I get tattoos. That's about it. I mean, those are the fun things. Oh, I work, but that's not fun. So I don't want to count that free time. But that's really what I do in my free time. I just enjoy the traveling. This is the funnest part of my week, really, when I get to travel. And here, just about every 2 weeks from now, for the next couple months, I get to travel and do photo shoots and all kinds of cool stuff, and then be on a cruise with these crazies right here. And then I get to go to Australia also, and that's going to be pretty cool. So, yep, see, Sean, I'm a one-upper. And London, look at that.
You might go there. You might go to the island or something.
Oh my gosh. Well, yeah, I mean, I usually write whenever I'm at home. If I'm not out doing this, I'm at home writing, or I've got 2 kids at home that I take care of, and of course school's starting up, so it's time to start being the shuttle service and super mom. So that's pretty much all I do. I mean, if I want to go do anything fun, I'm either shopping. I'm a certified Facebook addict. And I love to go fishing. That's about it. I don't really do much of anything else. I feel like my life is pretty blah and boring. Maybe that's why I write. I can kind of let it all out, let my crazy out. So, yeah.
I actually work at a gym, so live at the gym and everything like that. But now I do like online training, and I can actually call modeling with her, going everywhere as my job because of all the places we're all going. So, I'm lucky. I don't have tattoos though, unfortunately. I only have 2.
Or a beard.
I don't got that either. Damn age.
I work. I'm a single mom. I have a 6-year-old, so he's going to start school soon. And I am a huge reader, like I said. And other than that, going out with friends. Football's starting up, so I've got fantasy football. That will be the next 3-4 months. That's about it. Nothing crazy. I read, how would you say it, erotica? All the modern, romance, all the indie authors. I try to check out new people and keep up with new books coming out. It's a huge world for indie authors has changed since I started reading. I can hardly keep up with everything now, but I try to read about 4 books a week. So my Kindle's attached to me.
No? I thought she was that. I thought so.
Are there any authors that you're looking forward to this weekend, or are you going to Tampa?
No, I'm not going to Tampa.
The authors.
It's funny, sometimes with authors' names, I will walk around and I will recognize their book covers before I recognize the author's name, and then I'll be like, oh my god, I read that and loved it. So yeah, then I'll walk up and say hi. It's, like I said, it's the indie world is so huge. It's easier to recognize book covers.
There are a lot of initial parts.
Yes. Yeah, there's a lot of them that are coming out that are similar that it is hard to keep apart. Yeah, book covers.
Is there any other questions for any of us? All right. We're done.
Bye.
Awesome. Well, thanks for coming to our panel, our very first panel. Is it our last?
I thought you were going to beforehand. All right, say peace out, people.